Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, a 15 plus Reckless Amoeba podcast. I am your host, Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-host, Brandon Falinger.
Yeah, this is a thing. It's been a bit delayed because of personal events, but yep, it's back. It's a thing. It
Yay,
exists.
we're back.
A
And,
dinosaur story.
oh my god, I have to remember that.
I remember. I actually really like that. Unironically, I really liked that movie.
Yeah, it was one of those classics.
Yeah, although I was really hungry for an egg sandwich the other day after watching this anime's one episode. And I'm like, man, I really need a good egg sandwich.
Oh, now you know the reference to the author, Ned. And like, that shit.
Yeah,
You know exactly why she's like that.
Also with us and probably confused. Soakley.
Hey, you guys remember Rock and Rooster? That was another movie.
I actually don't remember that one. It
Rock and
sounds
Rooster
familiar.
had Rodney Dangerfield as
Didn't it also have didn't that Rover one have it too?
Yeah.
I think
it was
Rockadoodle Doo.
Yes, Rockadoodle.
That I definitely remember the name of.
Okay, yeah.
Not seen it, at least not that I remember, but I've definitely heard of it.
Used to watch that a lot when I was a kid.
We should maybe do like a spin-off of this where we review 90s animated movies.
Dude.
Oh god.
I would love to review old movies. I've pretty much just been watching old movies.
Look, man, all right. I know this is giving Brandon ideas. We're not going to sit down and watch ninja movies where ninjas just wear headbands that say ninja.
Yeah, no, not bad. Well, maybe some bad.
But... maybe.
I was half planning on a like very sparingly like where we sit down and just watch a bad movie and then have our initial reaction to it.
Okay. Like I mean, we can actually do that in Discord. We can screen share a movie and watch it at the same time.
I heard of one that's pretty bad, and I was like, okay, how bad is this? And I want to watch it with somebody else so we could laugh at it, or somebody to share my pain if it's unwatchable, and then you can all get mad at me.
I mean, like, here's the thing, man. You and Orion both have a much different definition to unwatchable than I do. I'll be the first one to scream at you.
We have a high tolerance.
You have a much higher tolerance for bad storytelling.
Hey, Orion and I saw The Room live. No. I saw The Room live twice. Orion and I saw it live once.
Look, see, you're just hardening my point here.
I would go see that. I actually want to see it live now. No, we can't.
You're just making my point even sharper, man.
Yeah, it popped up on Facebook that it was like about 80 years ago that we saw it, Orion.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And about 3 years ago, I saw it live down in Philly with Rachel and Andrew, and I met Tommy Wiseau. He is just weird in person.
Apparently, that's literally like all the interviews I've seen with the actors on Disaster Artist that got to meet him. They all said like he's just really like that.
Yeah. So not much has been going on with me. I've been playing a web game called Vivid Army that's not much to talk about, but it's fun. It's a good time killer. Like every day, just go on for like 10 minutes, click a few times, and like go into a single battle or something, stuff like that. Fun time killer.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is it is purely in Japanese, so I'm not too sure if there's a language change option. I couldn't find one, but it's not that mandatory that you do it. So you've
Yeah.
seen some Final Fantasy VII remake, Brandon, right?
Nope, not remake. Because I have heard, and this is more of a PSA. I'm not going to spoil
Uh-oh.
anything for anyone.
The first
The
one.
the remake is not a remake. It's much closer to a sequel. So, yeah, I figure I better get the fuck in on the original. Plus, it's cheap on Nintendo
Really?
Switch, so I'm like, I'm in.
Can't believe I thought it was a whole remaster.
Originally, that was going to be the case, from my understanding, at least. That changed at some point during development. They have definitely made it different. I was listening to a spoiler cast about it because I'm like, whatever, I'll listen. Who knows when I'm going to get to this?
Mm-hmm.
I plan on it at some point because it'll be the way to get in. And I'm like, I know some of the major twists and turns in this, but not everything. So who cares? So I'm listening to it. And I'm like, wait, they're telling me this isn't this isn't an original, this isn't a remake. Like, the title's a lie. Like, unless you want to look at it as the characters are remaking decisions in there and those decisions are now different. Outside of that, the word remake is a lie in that title. So I'm playing through the original on Switch right now. We just got on that boat that leaves the second city you can go to after leaving Midgar, or third city you can go to after leaving Midgar. Yeah, I'm playing that. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm more or less going blind, other than like when definitions for certain items are poor and I'm like, I don't know what this actually does. I'll look up what the item does, but outside of that, I'm more or less going in blind.
Oh, and one thing, did you like the Fort Condor battle?
Didn't play that part yet. I went to it, and then I thought, you know what? Let's go get Yuffie, because I know she shows up around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Yuffie, and I kind of forgot about going back to Fort Condor and just moved along.
But I know that's playable many times throughout the game, and I think it has a big prize at the end.
Yeah, I figure I'll get back to it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know, like, some of the final limits are a little bit of a puzzle to get to.
That I did look up too, because I heard that too. I heard that each one has to be found individually. So I'm like, well, better look up where to find those, because they're not something you're going to run into in main gameplay unless you're searching. So I looked up where I can find them. But outside of that, I haven't looked up anything story-wise. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. Because literally my first encounter when I got into the forest area was Yuffie. And I'm like, oh, this is Yuffie. I can get her. And then I fucked up and went to the save point and she stole my money.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm like, well, I had to double check. And it's like, no, she can still show up here. It's not a one-time thing. And you have to find her in another forest or something. So like, all right, cool. I'm just going to sit here and grind until I find her again. Like an hour and a half later, I finally get the second encounter with her. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got a shit ton of money, experience. My characters are all like level 21 at this point. Except
I think that's what happened to me. Like, I saved and then she ran away.
I will say this. Fucking Chocomog is king. That thing was wiping out like five plant type enemies that I was running into. I forget their names. Like, it would just wipe them out in one shot the whole group. And I'm like, yes, that's way better than doing this individually.
See, summons are good.
Oh god, I haven't gotten a chance to test out Shiva yet, but I do have the Shiva materia. Because yeah, there's just straight up some materia where it's like gives you the Sensa technique, and I'm like, I have no idea what that is. I can take a guess. I'm gonna look up what that actually does.
And I know that some materia have a subtype when it's leveled high enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like fire is fire 1, 2, 3, but I know like poison may do something else once it's at like level 3 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did see some of that stuff listed. Like the actual materia kind of transforms itself into something a little bit different than what it was traditionally.
Yeah, like I think Sense may be one of those ones.
Yeah, the technique it gains like a completely different technique on top of Sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm messing around with that. My main team at this point is mostly Tifa, Aerith, and Cloud. I'll probably be hopping Yuffie in and out. And
Yuffie is
Barrett.
best girl.
We'll find out. I don't know.
And she's not even tsundere.
I was gonna say I don't think there's any tsundere girls in this game.
Was this before Sundaries or no?
What's that?
Are Sundaries something recent?
No.
The name might be, but the actual character archetype is not.
Okay.
Oh, speaking about kind of tsundere, I almost forgot to mention this. You were saying in the deep end to Thundercats that you forgot to mention this, that Bleach is coming back for the final arc.
Yes, Bleach, and there's like a new series movie or something like that. That's also based in the universe, but I guess like the British branch of the Soul Society. And there's dragons? Like,
Ooh!
I saw the intro, or not the intro, the trailer to that, and I was reading up on what it is actually, because it is based on like a manga short, I guess. And I'm like, I don't understand how this fits into Bleach at all. Even if it is halfway around the world, it feels completely different. Like they don't have the traditional outfit for the Shoal Reapers. They don't have swords that I actually recall seeing, at least at this point. There's dragons. Apparently they're like dragon keepers or something. And like they fucking pull some Doctor Who bullshit where the way they get into Soul Society is by answering a phone in a phone booth.
They stole that from the Matrix.
I am just completely blown away by some of this because it does not feel like the same world at all. So I have no idea how this connects.
But something that is in the same world as the original Yashahime, a Princess Half-Demon, a sequel to Inuyasha.
Oh. Wait, is that already out?
It was announced last week.
That, okay.
Ooh.
About Kagome Inuyasha's daughter and Shishomaru's twin daughters.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Maybe not twin daughters. So that means he fell in love with maybe a human. Maybe it was that. I think it was Rin, too, that kept following him around.
Well, the thing is, I don't know how good that's going to be because every time we've done something like this, it's gone poorly. Where we've followed a character and then all of a sudden we've transitioned to their children in like the next series, it's gone poorly. Because you care about the old cast, you don't care about the new ones. Like, look at Naruto. They came out with fucking Boruto. Nobody cares about Boruto. It's all about, but yeah, look at the old characters and what they're doing. That's about as far as it gets. You could also point at like Dragon Ball Z to a certain extent, where after the Cell Saga they tried to push it onto Gohan and it just didn't work. Like they couldn't make Gohan work as the main character, so they had to bring Goku back.
Yeah, but I'll check it out.
Oh, be my guest. Maybe this will be the one that proves it wrong, but track record has shown that second generation doesn't work.
Shit, yeah.
I'd probably be more interested if they went back in time and went to like Inuyasha's father and all that shit.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
That I'd be be more interested in. Or, maybe further back in the timeline or further forward in the timeline. That'd be, I think, more interesting.
To one generation.
Yeah, you'd want to jump forward, I think, a couple generations. Arguably, you could even say, like, when Avatar did that, and they jumped from Last Airbender to what was essentially, like, one, maybe two generations forward to the Korra stuff, it just wasn't as interesting. And part of it, at least for me, part of it is that the technology jump between Last Airbender and Legend of Korra is way too drastic for how little time has actually gone by. And hell, fuck it, Korra's not even technically related whatsoever to anyone from the original group. But she meets them, like she's the new Avatar, the spirit's been reincarnated.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering how many years will have passed in our world because it's a magical time portal well, and I
Mm-hmm.
forget if time flowed the same between the two eras. Like,
Bones.
was it like will they come back and it's like 2006 rather than 1999, or will it be 2020?
Don't know.
Like,
Couldn't say.
will Inuyasha's or like Shishomaru's daughter fall in love with Kagome's brother or something like that, and have like some weird kind of like incest kind of
That-
thing?
Wow, you're going down a real dark path, man.
Oh man,
15 plus.
this is
I don't think anybody wants that.
80% of Pornhub's search.
Right. Anymore, yes. It feels like
Incest.
that's just all the new shit that's added.
Just some incest. Good
Oh
old
my
incest
god.
there.
It's not. They're step siblings. Clearly, that's not the case. Or they're step son/daughters.
Yeah.
No, nope. None
What
of
are
that.
you-
None of that dirty blood thing.
I'm stuck, step brother.
God.
Oh my god.
Step siblings and step parents. Nope. None of that dirty incest stuff.
Clicking away.
And demonetized.
I am 18.
Don't know how they're demonetizing us because we're not monetizing this thing, but they're doing it anyway.
Oh my god. I guess we can go on to the main course.
Sure.
I mean, we talked about Pornhub. Clearly, this is the greatest gateway to this anyway.
Sorry.
It kind of is. Okay, Ryan. Today we'll be covering the 2019, well, technically fall 2019 series, BEASTARS.
BEASTARS.
Beast Stars, except one word.
Oh,
Sure.
BEASTARS. Wait, oh man. Wait, when did this come out?
2019.
I was gonna watch this too,
Really?
and I
Ooh.
and I didn't.
Well, sir, you've
Oh,
made
it was
mistakes.
It was on my watch list. I honestly didn't even look into it. I just saw like a werewolf looking thing on the thing. If I
Thing
remember
on the
right.
thing. Got it.
On the title
Mm-hmm.
or on the the picture of what it looks like.
Thumbnail.
The thumbnail, yeah, that word. Yeah, but are they like basketball players? Is it like Space Jam with werewolves?
No. That's not the case. Although I can't say that there's not a basketball team because I'm not really sure.
Right?
Okay.
There could be, and we just haven't seen it.
Yeah. All right. So it's not Space Jam with werewolves. Are they in high school or something?
Yes, high school is a thing.
All right. And are they dog people or some animals?
Not all. They are animal people in general.
Okay. Man. Is it Dawson's Creek
It's Dawson.
but with furries?
Well,
Is this
The second half of that sentence is correct. The
Okay.
first half, not so much.
well, there is heavy drama elements in this.
Is it like a coming of age series for these dog people?
A little bit.
Kind of, yeah. Again, not just dog people.
What else? Are there other creatures?
Yes, plenty.
All right. So
Okay,
there's
Here,
probably...
here. Think Zootopia, like that level of
Okay.
integration.
I was just about to say that.
Okay, yeah. So this is furries. Yeah. So it's a drama. It's for furries, I guess.
I mean, look,
There's-
man, they're gonna breed more furries with this.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
how they get, dude. I could have been,
You
dude.
mentioned
I'm like,
Space Jam. Look at that Lola Bunny
yeah,
over there.
yeah, dude, that was what I was about to say. Lola Bunny. That's like the gateway thing, dude. I could
It's
have
the
gone
gateway
either
drug.
way. That's like, yeah. That's how they psyoped. That's how the furries got psyoped by Lola Bunny.
Oh man.
Damn, dude.
Except the rabbit in this one
That's a
is a little bit more in size with normal rabbits. Just
Yeah,
like,
actually, the sizes of some of these animals is quite
uh,
accurate
I was
compared
gonna
to like
say.
what they would be compared to one another. Like, there's literally tiny little mouse people.
I was
and
gonna
just like in
say.
Zootopia, wasn't the, yeah, Judy the rabbit, I think it was
Yep, her name is Judy.
smaller.
hmm
Uh,
Let's also put it this way: it's Zootopia, but it's also darker and a little
okay.
bit more realistic.
So everybody's not like, hey, carnivore, you're my buddy!
I mean, they were that way
Oh,
in
okay.
Zootopia, but like, put it this way: we literally opened the episode with a what is it? A sheep person, I think, getting
Al-
eaten.
alpaca.
An alpaca man getting eaten, and we have no idea who the murderer is.
What the hell?
I've heard it's been revealed in the manga
It probably.
relatively short after this.
hmm
I think this goes up to chapter mid 40s, so by mid 70s, you find out who the murderer is. I have
Okay.
spoiled myself. I have read a little bit more about this because I am really interested in this.
Just wait till we find the Sundari furry character in this. He's
No,
gone. We lost him. We lost him.
A
no,
Sundari furry.
no. That's where I draw the line.
I don't
What?
know, man. You
How
haven't
would that
gotten there yet. You don't know.
I guess it already kind of is a little cat girl, pretty much, right? Is that what Sundaries are? Oh,
Sundari is a character that won't admit she likes you, but she shows she likes you by hating you. Kind of like,
damn, dude.
it's
Think
like,
Helga
oh,
Pataki. Helga Pataki would be a Sundari.
Okay.
yeah, it's like, I'm not hugging you because I'm in love with you. It just looks like you were cold. I'm trying to warm you up, you idiot.
Stop being a pervert, goddammit.
While she's like half posing for you. Like, what do you think of the swimsuit? Like, don't scare me like that.
But don't they all like? I just think, aren't they all like? Is that just like an archetype then?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And there are male Sundaris, like Vegeta would be a great example.
Yeah, kind of, to a degree.
He's like, no, I'm not helping you beat Cell. I want to beat Cell myself.
Except it's not exactly like a romance version of that. That's the only difference. Generally, Sundaria involves them being in like a romantic relationship, or like at least one of them wanting that.
But yeah, BEASTARS is like a dark Zootopia.
Like there's a black market for the flesh of prey. Hell, we run into a baboon. I think it was a baboon or some kind of monkey man that was literally selling his fingers to predators to eat.
What the fuck? That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark. It's real dark.
And the main female protagonist is a little rabbit. Everybody treats her so daintily because, oh, you're a little rabbit. You really can't do anything. Here, let me carry these heavy books for you because you can't do it. You're too small. You're too dainty.
It's also you're going to be the first one to die. It's people also feeling pity for her.
So, to make herself have any worth, she has sex.
Less
Mhm.
worth, more like what she considers an honest reaction, like someone honestly looking at her like a person, rather than just this pitiable look that she gets from everyone.
To which she's kind of portrayed by students who don't know her as a slut.
Yep. Also, if you ever watch, Orion, did you watch the original Digimon Adventure?
A bit of it.
Let me put it this way: Ty's little sister Kari. Yeah, if you're listening to the dub like we did, she's voice acting with that voice. So it's real awkward.
Wow.
Because it's a girl who's supposed to be like 8 years old. And I hear that voice that used to come from that character. And I'm like, this is weird. And she's talking about being rough with her.
Yeah, there are some weird things in here. Although it follows a consistent plot, they had like one cutaway to a side story about a chicken who has like wonderfully delicious eggs that's loved by the wolf, and she has pride like my eggs are the best eggs, except it's Wednesday, it's her egg day. The eggs, they just don't taste the same anymore. And she starts having a breakdown, only to find out her eggs were so good they moved them to Fridays.
Wait. Why? Wait. Because Friday is like the weekend or something.
Maybe? So they
Could just be that more people come in to
Sales?
eat them on a Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and at the school all the predators eat like tofu and other
Egg
fake
egg-based
proteins.
stuff for protein. Which makes you wonder, right? Because what are the eggs to a hen? Because if they're just selling off what is essentially their unborn children or half of an unborn child, what does that mean to them?
And cow people, they get milk. Is it some kind of like erotic fetish for them?
I have nipples. Can you milk me?
Like, well, and you have to question some of these things because they get into some super interesting details too with this stuff. Like, they start looking at the different rooms for these animals, and all of them make sense. Like, you have fucking polar bears that are living in what is essentially an igloo room. You have like lizards that are in a room that's set up to be kind of like a sauna. You have the wolves in like a nighttime room with a like a moon shaped light in the top of the room. Like, the shit makes sense, and they go into those details. Like, there's a mayor who's a lion who literally had his teeth surgically removed and replaced with like molars and stuff, so like flat herbivore like teeth, so that way the people wouldn't be scared of him.
And he is so shady.
There is a lot of shady shit going on in the government, man.
So he's conspiracy theorist.
A little bit, but
Working with underground crime.
yeah, I remember Zootopia had a lion mayor that was like super friendly, even though he was a lion, like a threatening predator. This guy made himself less threatening so he could appeal to everybody, but he still has his dark side.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Okay.
a lot of people say this is like a dark, more realistic Zootopia.
Yeah, because I mean, like, the black market is a great example of that. Zootopia, as far as I'm aware, didn't have anything like that, because it's literally stated that the only reason that the predators can live and, you know, share space with the herbivores is literally because there's a black market that will sate their needs. Otherwise, it would be nothing but chaos.
Hmm.
Do you have any questions about this so we can jump into something, Orion?
Yeah. So, it's a cooking. It's a cooking show with animals.
No, there was just that one side story with the chicken.
All right. So it just follows the kids from the school.
Well, it follows the idea of a wolf falling in love with a rabbit.
Okay.
Um,
Who
Is it
kind
like a
of
Romeo Juliet?
yes and no, where it's like the wolf is literally having to struggle against his own instincts to eat the rabbit.
Yeah.
should I bang it or should I eat it?
Should I fuck it or should I eat it? I don't know whether to fuck or to eat this thing.
You saw the Cookie Crisp, yeah, you did. Uh, but literally, oh my god, how would that even work? Like, there aren't a lot of the same type of or species of animal in the school. So, how would it work if a cat fell in love with, let's just say, a bear and they had a kid?
See, supposedly, and I don't know how true this is, but supposedly it gets into that later.
Oh, so chimeras.
Hmm.
I don't know. We haven't seen any of those, but maybe
Oh,
it gets into how that shit works.
oh. Because Haru the rabbit is also in love with Louis the deer,
Mm-hmm.
who is the head of the drama club. And the stage play scene or episode, and that was really good.
The episode where like the tiger's taking literal blood from the rabbit and using it as a drug to get high. Like it's think of it like a steroid.
Okay. It's like their opiate going around, their opiate addiction.
Yeah, you can look at it that way.
Okay. Damn.
This is really good. And the thing is, the creator of this didn't want to be known because her father created the famous boxing manga Baki the Grappler.
Mm-hmm.
Pocky the Grappler.
So she's like, no, I don't
Sounds
want any
sick.
name recognition. Like, no, I'm not related to my father. Until about, I think it was mid 2019, she finally came out and said, yes, he is my father. Because now that she's big by herself, she's coming out and saying like, yes, he's my dad. Manga must run in the family.
Yeah, she didn't want to be known specifically because of her father's connections to the industry. She wanted to make it on her own. So she
Okay.
starts wearing a chicken mask.
Wait, is this a real person?
Yes.
Yes.
This one's a real person. This is the author.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if it's because she created that character first or if that mask was made and she decided to make it the self-insert.
And from what I understand, as of later last year, she says BEASTARS will run 20 volumes. It recently finished volume 18, so the manga may be winding down.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me go, if it's judging by the way it's going now, we might get another 3, maybe 4 seasons out of this.
It all depends too on how fast Netflix gets on it, because Netflix is where you can watch this. They've
Yeah.
been relatively slow when it comes to like getting anime in. They'll license the rights, but it'll take them a while before they actually get the thing dubbed and all sorts of shit. They won't. They take their time a lot when it comes to this stuff, which some people aren't exactly happy about when it comes to having a real good anime that you want to see what happens with.
Yeah.
Although 5 or 6 months is kind of fast, granted some stuff on Toonami gets over a day later.
I was gonna say, like, you go to Crunchyroll and that stuff simulcast, like within a day, that's done.
Dubbed?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they're fast.
And there's also a Lion Mafia that
Yep.
whose leader only eats the meat of pure white animals because it's the most succulent.
See, here's what I gotta wonder then too, right? Like this is where my brain starts going, which is like, if just regular pure white animals are that delicious, what happens if he gets himself an albino animal?
Oh,
Like what happens then?
I don't know.
so they have to rescue Haru from this lion mafia. So Legoshi, the wolf, takes on this mafia nearly by himself, only he gets backup from a panda
Yeah, cool panda man.
who is such a badass.
And you know they're omnivores, which is what I was curious about when I saw this. I'm like, how's that gonna work? Turns out it works out pretty well because he's just like, I eat nothing but bamboo. That's all I do, and work out a lot.
Oh my god, but and then later on we meet another wolf, Juno, who is in love with Legoshi, but Legoshi is in love with Haru.
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't know if Juno actually really likes Legoshi or not. Cause like she and Louie start having a conversation, and she starts talking about how they could be the perfect predator couple as they like to become like the BEASTARS and representatives of shit, right? And I'm like, is she literally just trying to use him, or does she actually like him?
Oh, and speaking about that, I one thing that I will spoil because it's not huge, but they do mention maybe we can all be stars or something like that, and Louis goes, "Oh my god, that sounds terrible." When it's like basically like when it's pluralized, it sounds so dumb.
Here's the other interesting bit. They never actually like the when they address Beast Stars originally, like what the Beast Star is, which is supposed to be like the person that shows unity for like I guess the between the herbivores and the carnivores and all that stuff. Um, they've only ever said it singular, like the Beast Star, like it's a single elected individual. So the title being Beast Stars is weird, but you're seeming to clear that up here with this little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah, and how Louis said, like, man, that sounds so dumb when it's plural.
Well, that makes it even more interesting because that means Louie's gonna come back. Because at the end of this season, he is just missing. He's gone.
Yeah, you'd be interested to know where he is.
Yes, you're right. I'd be super curious where the fuck he disappeared to because he literally just murdered the mafia boss that Legoshi left live. Granted, he had the shit completely kicked out of him, but he let him live in the end. And here's Louis shooting him.
Shotgun in his mouth.
Pistol, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. By the end of this, Louis is kind of on a power trip of like, I'm an herbivore, but I'm killing carnivores.
Your dog agrees.
Yes.
So now, has this kind of inspired you to watch it more, Ryan?
Yeah, I think I'll watch it. I might watch it a little tonight.
Yeah, it is really, really good.
You're gonna have to steel yourself against becoming one of them furries.
Anything else we may have missed? There was the play, there was the...
The teaser part in the last part of this season is literally you having a first person perspective in the murderer from the very first episode.
Mhm.
You have a first person perspective as that murderer. Like, and Legoshi comes out of like a side room into the main hall. And he's like, "Oh, hey, we were looking for you. Where you been?" And it's like, he knows the guy that murdered this fucking animal.
And it's like, boy, you smiling. What's up?
Yeah, and I don't think we mentioned this either, but Legoshi was friends with the guy that was murdered. Like, quite literally.
So much so that like Legoshi gave the alpaca girl he was crushing on the love note.
The love note that guy had never delivered.
It's like Tem really liked you, or whatever his name was.
I think it was Tem.
So we really don't dive into the murderer's plot yet.
It's kind of like the background. Like you get it on the first episode and the very end of the last episode, but all the way through the rest of it, it's kind of a background thing. Like you get is like some animal stopping by there to like drop off some flowers as memory of, his death and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more world building than, hey, this is going to be like the central theme,
Mm-hmm.
the murder. Because this isn't mystery, I would say.
No,
Dives.
it's definitely world building. It's character driven.
Yeah, I would say maybe it would maybe get into a little bit more mystery once the second season picks up. Either that or the murderer will be found out quickly.
I mean, it's taken them what I think was like literally half of a school semester or a whole school semester, and it hasn't been addressed at all.
Yeah, but all sorts of animals reacting in creative ways,
Mm-hmm.
like the golden retriever friend.
Yeah.
He might be one of my favorite characters since he's always so perky because, hey, he's a dog.
Oh, if you like that, you might like Mr. Peanut Butter from fucking BoJack Horseman. That character is literally hyper to the extreme like a dog.
I really need to watch that because I heard that gets dark.
Oh, definitely. And you definitely will know people that act like those characters. Like you will be able to identify that is my friend right there. I know that person. I have been around that person.
How many characters does the show follow?
In this one, 3 major ones.
Legoshi, Haru, and Louie.
Yeah. There might be a couple of side characters, like the chicken would be considered one because she's like half an episode.
The dog.
The dog would be one, but even then, I think his total screen time is probably what would amount to an episode, like throughout the entirety of the series. Like he's got probably maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah,
total.
maybe episode and a half. He's like second tier, maybe.
Mm-hmm. You got the panda. The panda's only there when Legoshi's around. You get to meet a few, including like a bald eagle character.
Oh wow.
Oh, that was an interesting little tidbit. Literally, the birds can fly. Their wings are their hands. Like, think fucking Falco from, like, Star Fox.
Really?
Yeah. But they can use those hands as literal wings.
What the heck? Oh, and somehow it works.
Somehow it works. I don't get it, but it works.
Sick. Makes sense.
Because that was something I was curious about. And then when they go to the city during that one episode that shows you, and I'm like, oh, that's how that works? What?
The magic of cartoons.
Yeah, but what's interesting is they have fingers and toes.
Yeah?
They don't have paws, which is weird.
Yeah, they got, like, human hands and feet. Like, the minute Louie takes off, like, his shoe the one time and you see, like, a deer foot, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It looks so wrong.
So it's just like they have tail, they have the head of an animal, and the body of a human.
Well, it's not even that. Some of them don't even have tails, which is weird. Like, I don't think the dog has, like, the golden lab has a tail.
He does.
Oh, does he? Okay.
I'm looking at a picture right now to find out his name, and yep, he does have a tail.
There are some where it's like, do they even have a tail? Because, like, the animal should have a tail, but I don't see one. Like, are they just bunching it up in their pants, or are they doing it sand style, where it's like a belt? They've used their tail to be a belt. The panda should have a tail. Where's his tail?
This is really, really interesting, and I would love to watch season 2 when it drops, potentially next year.
Mm-hmm.
Along
Again,
with
it's Netflix. Who knows how long it's going to take,
yeah,
because they're
along with
slow.
Cells at Work season 2 and JoJo Part 6.
Oh, 5.
5?
We haven't watched 5 yet. That's got to come first, man.
I know, but Part 6 will be out.
Oh, the best part, in my opinion. Don't worry, JoJo fans. Part 7 makes real close, but the end of Part 6 for me is just a little bit better. But Part 7's fucking fascinating.
Oh, there was a BEASTARS kind of prequel of the same anthropomorphic animals called Beast Complex?
Huh. Weird.
Huh. It was her debut manga. BEASTARS is her second one.
I wonder if Beast Complex was like her prototype before going into BEASTARS.
Maybe. Yeah. It only had one volume with 7 chapters.
It was probably the prototype before this then. See, like, would this work? And it works, and it's like, all right, cool, let's go full throttle.
Fascinating. Yeah, crap. I just saw somebody I normally watch on occasion on YouTube, and he just covered BEASTARS, so I'm like, hey.
What? Let me guess. Because I just saw that too yesterday. Is it Saber Spark?
Yes.
Yep. I saw that too. I mean, the man's been going through his furry catalog, so this isn't a shock that he'd get to it eventually.
Oh my god. We're not ripping off Saber Spark by doing it now. We've been wanting to do this for like 3 weeks.
We did preface this with there was personal family issues that took precedent and delayed us.
Yes, and go back to listen to our teaser at the end of Thundercats.
It's true. That's also a good point to show that we were planning this before. Crap. We literally have a list of what we want to do, and it's just a matter of when do we get to it.
Yeah. We have like 15 we want to cover.
It's true.
Yeah, so this came out fall 2019. 12 episodes have been released so far, all half hour. So
for some reason I thought it was 13, and when I hit episode 12 I'm like, wait, that's the lot? I thought there was one more.
Nope.
I'm like, oh, this is the worst. Why? How can you end it like this? I need to know.
Yeah. So I'll be reading more of the manga later.
Enjoy.
Yeah. I'm sure I will. Oh, and jumping back to Digimon for just a minute.
Uh-oh.
Did you start watching the remake?
The what?
Oh,
just getting excited.
I was gonna watch that too, but I didn't know if that was a remake or what.
I'm not 100% sure if it is a remake, because I think Omnimon, who was in 02, like the tail end of 02, he shows up in like episode 3 or 4 of the new one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too sure what it is now. If it's like a retelling, modernized, or alternate world adventures? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't really hear much on that. The dog's losing her mind because you heard somebody pull in. Probably best to call it here.
Okay, so, next time, crap, I know what we're doing, but I can't think up a teaser.
Let me make one.
Dude, you don't even know what we're doing next time.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Let me guess. Let's see. Crab people. Crab people and wizards.
Brandon, do you have any idea before I say mine that may be crappy?
Ninja headband.
Uh,
Yeah.
I. Mm,
Let's just say this guy is pretty much a ninja on his own, and just going to Japan, that may be a step up. He might take his skills to full use.
dun, 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 dun.
So until then, catch everybody later.
Yep.
Bye.